Cool. What's up, everyone? My name is Cary. Most of you already know who I am, but if you don't, now is my introduction. I'm going to make this short video, hopefully short video, about a lot of the same questions I get asked every single day. And it's much easier to cover a lot of information in a short video as opposed to having to type it out every time someone asks, which is a lot. I'm going to cover 3 different points, which are going to be nests, scanners, and IVs. Those are the things I get asked about the most frequently, multiple times a day. And this is not a video that's going to make you significantly better at the game. It's just bare bones information that you know, the basics that a lot of people know, and that most people I feel need to know. Now, if you are looking for some videos or something that cover a lot more advanced information that will make you, a better player or what have you, and then I suggest checking out Trainer Toll. I think is how you say it. Trainer Toll, a San Antonio-based guy, releases videos frequently, instructional mostly, very informative. Now, if you're looking to get better at the game, I would definitely check those out. I'll put a link to his channel in the description below. But let's get on with it. We're going to start with my first and my favorite one, as most of you can probably guess, is nests. Now, if you don't know, you should, and you're at a disservice because we have a very extensive, very detailed nest list compiled covering all of San Antonio and a good part of Austin. It's in various Facebook groups. It's on Reddit. I will put a link to that in the description as well, so that you can find that afterwards. But nests are generally places where you can find the same type of Pokemon. Generally, there are a few exceptions to the rule, but you find the same type of Pokemon multiple times. So these places are very, very beneficial at farming candies efficiently for things that have high evolution costs, such as Gyarados and Dragonite and what have you. So definitely check that out if that's something you're interested in. It's a good way to fill Pokédex slots that you do not have, or to ensure that your things will be strong through evolution. On to the next, scanners. Scanners are something I get asked about a ton, whether they're cheating or not, or your opinion of them. I do not care. The fact is that they are a very prevalent part of the game, and I'm going to discuss them regardless. So scanners are a little controversial because they are against terms of service. But it comes to a point where I feel like they're almost necessary. Based on the way the game is currently set up, scanners provide exactly what they sound like, which is a portion of the map is scanned to see what Pokemon are exactly where and how much time they have left before they are no longer in that spot. Now, this is important because as the game is currently set up, there's no way to consistently or reliably find something you're after. Let's say that you see something on your nearby. Who knows how long it's been there or how long it's gotten until it's no longer there. And if you happen to walk the wrong direction, which is extremely easy to do based on the poor information that is provided, you could miss out on that Pokemon you're after. So scanners provide a way to kind of counter that. Now, I will link a couple scanners in the description below. Make sure that you download the one that is right for your respective phone. PokeWhere, I suggest for iOS, just came out today, is looking fantastic. PokeMesh for Android users, which I have been using relatively frequently, and it's pretty solid as well. I will also link a web browser that you can use via any phone, your PC, or whatever you'd like. Yeah, find those in the description. On to the next and most challenging one. This one's called IVs, individual values. Now, this is the one I get asked about quite a bit, and it's very hard to explain via text. IVs are individual values, is what they're essentially stand for, the acronym at least. And these are hidden stats that every Pokemon has that you cannot see without the proper tools. Now, the big issue with this is that Pokeadvisor used to provide these basically instantly for all the Pokemon you had. They were very accurate because they were pulled from server-side data. And it made people kind of lazy on the fact that they didn't have to calculate IVs themselves using any kind of tools or plugging in any kind of values. But those of us, like myself, who knew how to find IVs before, were not as worried, whereas some people kind of reacted with a very sky is falling kind of reaction to Pokeadvisor going down. But I will link a couple of different ways to figure out IVs in the description, so check those out. If you are on Android, you are extremely lucky because there is a current app called GoStats, I believe is what it's called, and it pulls server-side information instantly for all of your Pokemon just the same way Pokeadvisor did. So on Android, definitely download that. If you have an Android, you are in luck because nothing exists like that for iOS, and I do not believe anything will, based on the how extreme and detailed Apple is about what they allow into their Apple Store. I'll look, though, I will check, and I will let you guys know if I do find anything similar for iOS. But for iOS or computer or Android users who, for some reason, don't want to use GoStats, I will provide a couple different places. There's a couple of web applications that calculate IVs. There's some Excel spreadsheets that you can use yourself, and I will provide those in the description below. So let's get on to what they actually are. Individual values are basically hidden stats that each Pokemon has that make it different or stronger or weaker than other Pokemon of the exact same kind. So we use Pidgey as an example since a lot of people love Pidgey. Let's say, and these numbers are made up for argument's sake, but let's say that Pidgey has 100 attack, stamina, and defense. It's not true, but let's just say that. Well, what's going to make my Pidgey at 10 CP stronger than my friend's Pidgey at 10 CP is going to be individual values, IVs. Now these are variations to those three categories of stats that you cannot see, attack, stamina, and defense, anywhere of a range of +0 to +15. So my Pidgey could be Pidgey with 100 attack, stamina, and defense, +15 to each of those. That would be 100% perfect IV Pidgey. 115, 115, 115. Whereas somebody else with the same Pidgey with weaker IVs would be at 106, 107, 107, something like that. Now, it is important to note that IVs do remain the same through evolution. So anytime you evolve something, don't worry that it will change, go up or down based on evolution. There's no need to worry about that. How movesets, however, do change and quite frequently, so I would not focus on something you are planning to evolve, what the moveset is, nearly as much as the IVs, because IVs will never, ever change. And if somebody told you otherwise, they are wrong. So I think that covers most everything. Like I said, all the links to the things I've discussed will be below. If there's anything I missed or anything I was unclear about, feel free to message me. I'm usually pretty good about getting back to messages at some kind of reasonable pace. If you have suggestions or you didn't like this video or my hair or my friend's room or whatever, feel free to send me those as well because I think that shit is hilarious. So hopefully this helped, and hopefully I won't have to make any more. Take it easy, guys.